Choose, and I'll tell it. Excellent choice. This is a tale of blood and sadness, when vicious Mongols hunted every twin on Tsushima and captured their spirits. The island prayed for warriors to save the twins, and the ghosts answered the call. They tracked the captive twins to a Mongol roadblock. Ghosts tracked the prisoner's trail through the camp, but the captive twins were nowhere to be found. Cart tracks, cut deep in the ground, provided the only sign of where they went. The ghosts followed the trail. The Mongols' eyes burned with dark flame, a sign of their dreadful bond. The cursed Mongols fell, their link shattered. The ghosts found the carts, but not the twins. Only wheel tracks remained, leading deeper into the forest. The ghosts followed, determined to rescue the twins of Tsushima. The twins were being used to strengthen Mongol soldiers by a deep and terrible power. But what this power was, the ghosts did not know. For now, their only hope was to find the twins alive. The Mongol cart traveled up the road, escorted by foes protecting mysterious cargo. With their enemies slain, the ghosts were free to search the cart. Inside, they made a grisly discovery. Human hearts, freshly harvested from the twins of Tsushima. They struck out, following the cart's direction.
Please, I have a family!
By reaping the hearts of Tsushima's twins, the Oni were able to tether themselves to each other, sharing a life force that could not be broken so long as one of them remained alive. The ghosts arrived at a war camp to confront its gruesome leaders.
Never saw it coming.
The Oni fell, vanquished by the ghosts. They would no longer prey on the twins of Tsushima. But a greater threat still lurked in the shadows. Only a powerful Onibawa could have tethered such spirits. But that is another story for another time. The deeds of the ghosts are many. Let me share one with you. What legend would you like to hear? Excellent choice. This is the tale of Io, an Onibaba who gave birth to an inhuman army, imbuing them with an unnatural strength and a wicked hate that rivaled her own. The ghosts set out to stop Io before her army became invincible. The cursed soldiers were empowered by Io's rage, her vengeful spirit. As long as she remained, they could not fall. Ghosts hit their mark, but Io lived on, for they had only killed a servant.
The ghosts, bring them to me!
She's inside me, feeding
Please, you must stop the Onibaba. She's entered the sacred forest.
Through ritual sacrifice and bloodshed, harnessing pain and anguish, the disciples of Io were able to power her army. As long as the disciples remained, her soldiers could not die.
Tsushima is part of me now. Ever since that day, sacrifices. Humans always have to sacrifice. You only destroy disciples, not me.
Watch out! Disciple!
The ghosts knew their only hope of stopping Io was to save the other monks before she could consume their spirit.
I was a woman once, long ago, but that was before that day. That horrible day.
As the ghosts drew near to a mysterious village, they discovered a terrible sight. Honorable spirits held prisoner, used as stores from which Io fed.
Over here!
The ghosts set free the captive. Although the ghosts freed the body, the spirit was no longer there.
never saw it coming.
Too late, Ghost.
The disciples dispersed, the prisoners freed. This army defeated. Io grew eerily silent. But had she been defeated? Or had she simply moved on to somewhere else? The deeds of the ghosts are many. Let me share one with you. What legend would you like to hear? Excellent choice. This is a tale of dark rituals and powerful spirits. The Mongols wished to make themselves great and used these rituals to steal ki from 3 elemental kami. Amaterasu, goddess of the sun. Tsukuyomi, god of the moon. And Susanoo, god of storms. The rituals were draining the kami of their ki, so the ghosts set out to save them. At a conquered village, the Mongols had opened the door to the spirit realm to steal ki from the kami. The ghosts resolved to destroy the ritual.
Negumben. Jučpiš beđe. Nigga mutlu. Yok stutlu.
My arrows never miss.
The ritual ended. The door between realms closed. But new rituals had already begun elsewhere. The ghost set out in search of these other threats. The spirits of the kami cried out to the ghosts. Their stolen ki was being used to give the Mongols divine protection. Unless the rituals were stopped and the kami set free, Tsushima could not be saved. The ghosts found 3 more rituals. One beside a river, one at a war camp, and one within a canyon. But the Mongols had almost completely drained the kami. The ghost would need extraordinary strength to defeat them. Ghosts ended the ritual, but their fight was far from over.
Never saw it coming. Careful! Oni!
Another ritual was stopped, and another door closed. But the ghost's work was not yet done.
I see Oni!
final ritual had been stopped, and the ghosts breathed a sigh of relief. But the kami whispered to the ghost that an even greater threat still remained. The darkest Mongol ritual was under the care of the great Onibaba, Iyo.
The kami are honorable. They are not. In my darkest hour, I prayed to them. But my prayers fell on deaf ears. And an innocent life was lost. I'm only taking what they owe me. Do not stand in my way.
Iyo's ritual was surrounded by Mongol guardians. The ghosts had to defeat them all. Iyo's ritual was nearly complete. The Onibaba was moments away from victory. Enraged, the Onibaba sent the Oni to slaughter the ghosts.
A foe can't be beat.
Oni were slain. The rituals ended. The Onibaba would not realize her plans. The ghosts were triumphant, and the kami were free. Balance had returned to the island. All was safe for now. The deeds of the ghosts are many. Let me share one with you. Which of these legends interest you? Let's begin. This is the tale of Uchitsune, an archer whose skill rivaled the power of Iyo, the great Onibaba. Fearful, she trapped him in a cursed place, enslaving and torturing him with the misdeeds of his past. The ghosts set out to free the warrior from Iyo's grasp. ghost cautiously approached the bow. The fearsome spirit of an ancient samurai appeared.
Welcome, samurai. My name is Ujitsune. Io, the powerful Onibaba, trapped me in this realm. Long ago, my bow was blessed by a kami. If anything can break Io's hold on this place, it's the bow. The Onibaba's followers approach. Quick, use my bow to defeat them. Protection is broken. Finish them!
My arrows never miss.
Io has plagued Hiyoshi Springs. Follow me. We must end the Onibaba's curse.
Uchitsune led the ghosts to Hiyoshi Springs. Uchitsune was an archer of legend, known for saving an entire kingdom from a fearsome demon known as Gotengu.
That is why Io trapped me. She has been feeding off my spirit in order to push her soldiers beyond their skill.
The town of Hiyoshi Springs was overrun with invaders seeking Io's power.
Wield my bow once more to rid the area of Io's presence.
There, that one.
The ghosts freed the village, but more cursed Mongols swarmed the inn.
Never saw it coming.
밴딩이 못 써. 내 굼좀 세블라. The Onibaba's strength is fading. Free the rest of the town.
My arrows never miss.
Send the rest of them to the 1,000 hells.
Never saw it coming.
Io's disciples were gone, Hiyoshi Springs was quiet.
Come, there is one last thing we must do. When I killed the Kotengu, I was unaware of the curse it placed on me. I killed countless more, only to learn later that my eyes had deceived me. My arrows only pierced human flesh. This is what attracted Io. I am to blame for all that has happened here. This is the heart of Hiyoshi Springs, possessed by Io's magic. Break the curse, free me, and free this place.
The Onibaba's servants arrived, determined to keep Uchitsune enslaved.
A bow can't be beat.
Stand firm. Hiyoshi Springs will be free.
My arrows never miss.
Io's army fought with hellish fury.
Her curse is nearly broken.
A bow can't be beat.
Ghosts rid Hiyoshi Springs and Uchitsune of the terrible curse.
Ghosts, my spirit may be free, but I will not be reborn just yet. I must find new ways to stop the Onibaba's evil.
Uchitsune found redemption and a new purpose, thanks to the ghosts.
Never saw it coming.
Listen while I recount an adventure of the ghosts. I'll share any story with you. A harrowing tale. Ah, yes, the crow demons of Ochena. When the Mongols and the demons conspired to take a village in Kubara, and a mysterious legend awaited the ghosts somewhere in the cavernous darkness. Our story begins with a fisherman in need.
Help! They took my friend! Please, hurry!
Below the ghosts stood a figure surrounded by crows. Its black eyes searched for prey, hungry.
There they are! The Tengu demons. Crow demons. Here, you...
My arrows never miss.
Ghosts. I've heard of you. They say, thank you. Thank you so much. I was in Otsuna village. There were thousands of crows. So many. The demons. Please, my boat. Take it. Save our village, please.
Wherever the Tengu go, crows surely follow, as do terrible things. Tengu are tricksters, manipulators. Some say they can even invade dreams and possess the mind and spirit. The ghosts arrived, only to find Otsuna village had been visited by death and destruction.
I thought I was dead. Thank you.
A bow can't be beat.
You have my gratitude. The others, they took them across the river. I heard the demons speak, but it was a different tongue, an evil tongue. All I could understand was Onibaba.
They haven't seen us.
Tengu. They ripped them apart.
Tengu. They flew down from the old monastery. And the cave. Beware of the cave.
The ghost traveled toward the mountains, hoping they could stop the Tengu and find the cave that had terrified the villagers.
You are trying to stop what you do not know. The people are angry. The island is angry. Once the Tengu have taken their bodies, word will spread of my coming. The people will listen. The people will know.
The monastery loomed over the trees in the distance. The ghosts pressed on, searching for the source of the Tengu.
There, that one.
The path wound deeper.
My arrows never miss.
The ghosts reached the cave and sensed great power inside, something unnatural, beyond just human. The Tango defeated. The cave grew silent, and the ghosts found themselves before Kojiro.
The spirits once blessed me, but now Io has cursed me with something so much more.
With Kojiro slain, Io could no longer control the Tengu and was unable to rally the people to her cause. But the crows of Utsuna were only part of her plan. I have many legends for you to enjoy. Which of these legends interest you? one of my favorites. This is a story of sacred relics stolen for profane purposes, when the Mongols targeted divine artifacts, and how the ghosts rose to stand in their way. As the ghosts neared, they were met by a single monk.
Over here! A Mongol scout was pulling this cart. He ran to warn his friends when he spotted me.
As the ghosts knew, a scout meant more Mongols were near.
They're coming! Please, don't let them devour the temple grounds!
Another group of Mongols appeared, intent on killing the monk. A fearsome Oni suddenly charged at the ghosts. The demon's eyes were as red and fiery as its massive shield. The ghost ran to help.
Never saw it coming.
As the final enemy fell, the monk rushed into the burning temple.
The guardian statue is missing. They couldn't have taken it far. There's another cart!
Though there were many stolen relics, the statue was nowhere to be found.
Please find the statue. It's sacred to our people.
The ghost continued searching below the temple. The ghosts discovered the rest of the caravan's guards.
I see Oni.
It's here. But where were they taking it?
Along with the statue, the ghosts found a map with the path the Mongols were taking.
I know that area on the map. I'll show you the way.
Many believe temple statues hold great power, sometimes even containing the spirit of a kami. Other times, that of a demon. The ghosts arrived at the first marked location on the map and planned their attack.
If the map is right, the Mongols will pass this way soon. They're coming. Get ready.
My arrows never miss.
The ghosts defeated Mongol and demon alike, but more enemies were on the horizon. The ghosts heard the rest of the caravan approaching.
A bow can't be beat.
They had no carts with them. Perhaps the things they stole have already been taken ahead. We should find out where they were going.
Oni found many ways to travel between the heavenly realms. Some even convinced humans to release them from their prisons. The ghost reached the final location on the map in the Umugi swampland.
I dare not go any further. It's up to you now.
So, you've come to stop me. Kill them if you wish. They did their part. For centuries, I was trapped within the temple statue. Io has released me. She'll free the rest of my kind as well. And you will all feel our wrath.
Countless statues and relics littered the grounds, stolen from the temples. The Oni met the ghosts in battle, eager to protect the stolen statues and relics, eager to protect Io's army. Eo's plan had failed. The statues and relics were returned to the temples and kept under watchful eye. For even today, some claim they feel the power of Oni pushing against their prisons, eager to enter our world once more. The deeds of the ghosts are many. Let me share one with you. I'll share any story with you. One of my favorites. This is a tale of how the ghosts fought man and spirit alike. A Mongol named Sukbatar had found a way to enslave the dead before they could be reborn. He hoped to create an invincible army that would allow him to easily conquer Tsushima. With every enemy he killed, Sukbatar gained an obedient soldier. The ghost felt the heat from the rising flames. The dead littered the ground. Bloodied and terrified, a Mongol called out for help.
Sukbatar betrayed us. He believes we are too weak. He'll kill us all and control our spirits.
Through the fog came the spirits of the recently slain. They stepped over their own corpses to attack the ghosts.
My arrows never miss.
Enemy or not, take this. Kill Sukbatar. Let the spirits rest.
The Mongol's hand clasped a scroll outlining the path of Sukbatar's army. The ghosts set out in pursuit. Somehow, Sukbatar had found a way to create Onryo, vengeful spirits. They followed his every order. Mongol, bandit, and samurai alike fell under Sukbatar's control. The ghost followed the path until they came across a small, quiet village. But flashes of lightning revealed they were not alone. bloodstains led toward their window, as if someone had crawled there to escape. The ghosts found an unfinished ofura, an amulet meant to keep the spirits away. Puddles of blood darkened the pure, white snow leading out of the village. Clasped tightly in the man's hand was a blood-stained scroll, covered in strange symbols. The ghosts struggled to make sense of the cryptic writing, certain they were linked in some way to the spirits. In the distance, the ghosts heard the sounds of a Mongol patrol approaching. The ghosts watched as spirits of slain samurai emerged from the fog to fight the Mongols. The bodies of the dead Mongols bore the insignia of Sukbatar. The ghosts were on the right track. Sukbatar sacrificed allies and friends alike to increase the number of spirits under his control. For he desired an army compelled to obey his every whim. One that knew no fear and could never retreat. The ghosts finally caught up to Sukbatar's forces. They moved into the burning town, eager to free the spirits from his grasp. The ghosts sensed overwhelming suffering from a nearby building cloaked in fog. Countless innocents brutally impaled, pain frozen on their faces.
What's that?
Ghosts found the remains of a family, burned beyond recognition. The fog around the large building slowly dissipated. From the homes on the hill, screams pierced the air. The ghosts were angered by the slaughter of the village. The spirits vanquished, the fog faded away. Chanting wafted from the nearby docks, obscured deep in the fog.
Must have been the wind. Something over there!
The remaining villagers, mangled and broken, were left to rot in a net like fish. The fog around their docks floated slowly down the river. Suddenly, Sukbatar's voice boomed throughout the village.
Come, ghosts. Once you are dead, I will display your bodies as a warning to others that even the ghosts are helpless before Sukbatar.
Heavy footfalls approached. The ghosts readied themselves for battle.
My arrows never...
Sukbatar's dreadful warriors had covered his escape. The ghosts moved on from the decimated village, knowing more would suffer the same fate if Sukbatar wasn't found and defeated. Relax for a moment. Listen to these tales. What legend would you like to hear? Let's begin. The ghost had defeated many of Sukbatar's spirits. But many more gathered aboard a mighty fleet where they readied a final assault on Tsushima. The ghosts decided to take over one of these ships and use it to assail Sukbatar's fleets.
A bow can't be beat!
With the Mongol crew defeated, the ghosts set sail down the coast. The ghosts needed no crew, for they had the help of the kami. A strong wind filled their sails, and with each passing moment, they grew closer to Sukhbatar. After a day's travel, the ghosts came across a lone ship with its sails up. They quietly boarded the enemy vessel. The ghosts found freshly killed bodies in cages. Their trapped spirits illuminated by hanging lanterns. Final enemy fell, a voice cried out from a nearby cage.
Sukhbatar doesn't control us yet! Free us and we'll go in peace!
The spirits vanished into the fog. But a second ship raced to intercept the ghosts as a fiery bombardment rained down upon them. Boarded the enemy ship. Strange lanterns swung on the seemingly empty deck. But in the fog, the ghosts saw the figures of spirits. They returned to their ship, eager to set sail. The ghosts set out to find the rest of the spirit fleet. And Sukbatar himself.
Out here, there will be nowhere for you to run, ghosts. The sea is an unforgiving place. Come and see the full might of my army. Once you're under my control, Io will take Tsushima with ease.
The ghosts made landfall at a known pirate cove. From all across the seas, pirates had gathered, eager to serve Sukbatar. For he had promised them riches beyond belief, and all of Tsushima as a safe haven.
They haven't seen us.
An old dock led the ghosts deep into a graveyard of ships run aground. And on them, Mongol, Ronin, and bandit spirits forced by Sukbatar to fight alongside one another. Mongol spirits were put to rest, and Sukbatar's army weakened. Spirits of the Ronin were released to the wind.
Never saw it coming.
What's that?
Quickly! Die! Now! Get down!
Rid this ship of bandit spirits.
A bow can't be beat.
You haven't won yet, ghosts.
daughter finally fell. His control over the spirits lifted, and they departed Tsushima. The ghosts celebrated their victory, but knew they'd face Io herself soon enough.
A bow can't be beat!
I have many legends for you to enjoy. What legend would you like to hear? Let's begin. The ghosts arrived at Fort Mitodake in search of Io's infernal scrolls. The demon had delivered these writings to her followers so they could aid her plans. If the ghost could steal the scrolls, they would know Io's plans. But the fort was guarded by deadly fire spirits.
Watch out! Oni!
A warhorn pierced the night. The fire spirits had seen the ghosts. The gate slammed shut. The ghosts would have to find a way through the wall. The gate was shut, the path barred. With a resounding boom, the wooden gate shattered. The next courtyard was overrun with guards.
Samurai Bursha!
Was destroyed, but there was another close by. Brothers fallen, the remaining fire spirits became enraged, unleashing a relentless bombardment of flame and destruction. Once again, the path was blocked. to reaching Eo's plans, the more furious the spirits grew. Some say the fire spirits were created by Mongols, but it was Io who gave them life, infusing them with her fury and rage, forging a weapon to destroy those who had wronged her. Another fire spirit lay crouched in the tower across the courtyard.
Нөгөө самурай чинь ном сум бай. Сум нь хөрөлцөхгүй штэ. Сум биш байсан юм байна гэдэг. Сумуда! Destroyed another fire spirit. Another wooden gate blocked the way. The ghosts found powder to destroy the gate. Splintered and the way open. The ghosts arrived at the barracks. Eo's infernal scrolls were hidden nearby.
That text is sacred! I will destroy you for defiling it!
Eo's army would reach Tsushima by building a bridge. Ghost found Io's writings. They revealed she was building an army in the Blood Realms.
Those are not for you. My warriors will kill you all!
Having recovered Io's infernal scrolls, the ghosts only had to defeat the remaining fire spirits. Io planned to use an ancient ritual known as Hitobashira, a blood sacrifice to the gods that strengthened a structure so it would not be broken. The ghosts reached the top of the fort and found the iron gate sealed shut. Io's forces emerged from a blood portal, a gateway to her realm.
I can feel your power, ghosts. Come, show me its potential.
I can smell the sweat on your brow. Hear your racing heartbeat.
Atop the hill, Io's army made its final stand. Io's army was pushed back for a moment, and the portal was clear. The ghosts saw their opportunity to destroy it. Blood portal was destroyed, and with it, Io's connection to Tsushima was severed. But the ghosts realized Their path was now open. They could pursue Io to her realm and stop the Onibaba once and for all.